All right, so up next, I'm going to create or show you how to create extra pages. So right here are what I usually call tabs. So you can see the first one I have is Welcome to Mrs. Dean's Homeroom. This is kind of what I refer to as my home page. It's always going to be that first page everyone comes to. Now, this is just a home page or a homeroom one, so I don't know how much I would really use this one because I just mainly use my reading and my math class pages. But for you, depending on what you're making, you're going to want other pages here. So like the one I showed you for my math, I have a page for every chapter and then sub pages under each for each lesson in the chapter. For reading, I'll have a page for every reading unit and then sub pages for each session within that unit. So we'll just kind of do an example here. I'm going to do add page. We can just call it chapter 1. And it says at the bottom of the list of pages or as a sub page. In this case, it's a page all by itself, so we're just gonna be put at the bottom. Don't worry, you can always move these later. I'll show you how to do that. And it will show you a preview. So the first page is Welcome to Mrs. Dean's, then it has chapter 1 listed next. And I'm just gonna hit save. And you'll notice over here on the left, I now have chapter 1. Do you see how this symbol is grayed out? That means it's unpublished. So that means no one can view it. Right now, no one can view this whole page, but once I publish it, they still couldn't see this tab. So a lot of the time what I do is I would create my stuff ahead of time and then I just wouldn't publish it until the week I needed it. That way it's all done and ready to go. Maybe I would do it over the weekend, but I didn't want them to see it and be able to mess around with anything until later. So you can publish and unpublish whenever you want. All I'd have to do is hit this. I can choose to publish now, publish on a specific day and time, which is really nice, or I could choose to publish it from and until. So maybe I publish it today, but I want it to come right back down in 2 days. So you have some options on when you want something available and for how long you want it available for. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish anyways. Like that. And then if you want to know how to make a sub page, so all I have to do is hit add page again. This time I'm going to put lesson 1.1. Maybe it's the first lesson in chapter 1. This time I'm going to hit as a sub page of, and then I can select which of the 2 main pages I want it to be from. In this case, it's chapter 1. See how it shows it right below chapter 1 and off to the side? And then hit save. And again, you can see now the difference is you see that there's a little drop down arrow beside chapter 1. Right now I can't see that there's any sub pages, but if I hit that drop down arrow, I now can see the rest of the sub pages. So again, I can hit to publish that. I can leave it alone. It just is going to depend on what you guys want. But remember, your pages are not published until you publish them. So you don't have to really worry about this stuff until you're ready to actually share them with students. I'm going to create another page just real quick to, let me think. I'm just going to call it important right now. I'm going to leave it as a separate page. Hit save. Maybe you want something to stand out to your students. Maybe you, like what happened with me for when we were doing all the distance learning is that I didn't realize that whatever page was at the top here will always be the first page that they open to. So if we're working from home next year and you want to make sure that they're always opening their class page to the exact week you want them working on, you can go to here to organize pages. And all you have to do is hit these.
I'm not sure I understand.
My watch. All you have to do is hit this button, and some people call it the hamburger button, and you just slide it up so that it's above everything else. And you can see how it changed the order of everything. And you hit apply. And now, as you see, it'll be the first page that it opens to. It's first on your list to the left. So you can arrange these however you want. So basically what I was doing for math is I would always put whatever current chapter we're working on at the top, and then I would just keep moving them each chapter. That way the most current thing was on top and they didn't have to go down searching for wherever we were in our lessons. So that is an option. That's how you add pages and rearrange pages. You can always go through and edit these titles. All you actually have to do is maybe I want to go to chapter 1. And all I have to do is go here and click, and maybe I want it called chapter 1 decimals. And then hit save. And it will actually save over here as well. So very easy to edit once you're done. You just got to decide what pages you want. You don't have to add them now. You can add them as you do them. And that's what I was doing last year, is every time I started a new chapter, I would go through and create the new pages and then start uploading whatever I needed. So take a minute, check it out, add a couple pages just to play around, see what you think.